What up, everyone? It's Jason Jani from Direct Music Service bringing you another formula. And today we get to spend some time and chop it up with DJ Spider.
What up?
I appreciate you taking some time
Yeah.
and connecting with our crew and talking a little bit about kind of your story and sharing it with us.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
So let's kind of like start at the beginning. Let's kind of like bring it back. How long have you been a DJ and how did you get started?
All right. I've been a DJ for a long time, probably like over 20 years in one capacity or another. You know, like I started DJing thinking, oh, I want to be a scratch DJ, I want to be in a hip hop group, I'm going to have a record label, I'm going to be in, you know, like a Gangstar Dilated Peoples kind of group. Like I did everything probably for 10 years and then fell into another type of thing, which is what I've been doing the past 10 years, is this touring club DJing and, private events and like stuff like that. So yeah, that's sort of the quick beginning to now.
Do you remember your first record that you bought?
I do, yeah. I think I bought a few records, like my first day. I bought these DJ Rectangle scratch records, which were like this cream colored one and this blue one, and they were like marble. And that's what I still have them to this day, and I practice scratching with them. They had all these beats that I wanted to scratch to. Like I put one on for the beat, the other one for the scratches, and I bought a jungle record, like a drum and bass record, which was like, I think it was like M Beat and General Levy, and it's called like Unbelievable. No, what is it? I don't know. It's a super dope song. I still love it, and I have the record. But yeah, I remember. I was so into jungle, drum and bass, and hip hop at the time. So once I finally got my turntables and I could buy records, I was like, this is what I want.
Do you remember your first party that you did?
I remember
first official party.
I remember the first party that I did that I realized that DJs were there to make girls dance. That it was fun to try to make people dance, and girls especially. Like I had been collecting all that drum and bass and, you know, underground hip hop and all this stuff, and I remember getting booked for an 80s party in like my college town, and they were like, you gotta play all 80s, and I'm on record. I did not have 80s records at the time. I had to go, I remember going and buying all these records and, you know, getting what I could for the party and doing it, and everyone was going crazy. Like girls are dancing like I'd never seen before at like a party where I'm just playing like Wu-Tang album cuts, and I was like, oh shit, this is like, you know, what you're supposed to do. Like it's not always about yourself, you know, like that was the turning point night for me. I remember vividly. Before that I'd done parties, but it was different. It was just like me doing stuff, and I'm like, oh, these people can like it or not, you know, it doesn't matter.
So like when you first started, was it all like, and where was this taking place? Like where are you from? Like California?
Well, I'm from LA, but I wouldn't DJ. I used to go to raves in LA all the time, and I wasn't confident enough to DJ then. I would just practice in my room and on my friends' turntables, but I didn't even have my own stuff. I went to college up in Northern California, like about 45 minutes to an hour above San Francisco, and you know, it's just this little town up there. So I would go to San Francisco all the time. I would go to every, you know, ITF battle with Q-Bird and every like Hieroglyphics, Living Legends, Goody Mob, Roots show, you know, that kind of stuff. And I'd go to Amoeba and Rasputin Records. But I lived in this little town up there, and that was at whatever the place where they did concerts in the town, but it was very small. And some promoter like threw an 80s night and asked me to do it.
Very cool. Now, so let's fast forward. Like since then, you've been able to like literally tour the world. You've done some insane events with a lot of different people, not only in the touring space, the concert space, the club space, but also the social or private event space.
Right.
Like, what do you think of kind of like the evolution over the past, let's say, 10 years? Like, how has it influenced you or changed you as a DJ performing?
It has a lot. I mean, and I think that sometimes it sort of not puts some blinders on you, but you get caught up in what you're doing and why you're doing it and almost forget. You have to take a step back and realize, okay, why did I start doing this? What do I love about this, and what do I hate about this, and what can I tap into what I still love, even though this is my job and I have to do, the job part. So I think that it's gotten me through looking different perspectives. So sometimes being too much like, oh, I'm thinking of what people want and money and business and things like that, when then I realize, oh, if you tap into just what you want, what you love, and the other side of it, there's a fine line basically. So I think that just learning about business and all that, but not getting too caught up in it and remembering the real reason why you started it,
So like,
why I started.
Now, like, being that you play in so many different areas, like how are you able to adapt to kind of like acclimate to the climate that you're like sitting in, right? Because a tour event or like a opening up for a Blink 182 versus playing a premiere at the Borgata is very different than, let's say, playing Microsoft Party or whatever, right?
Yeah, I mean, every night is different. It's hard. I mean, it gets harder, I feel like, every week. Like, they're just, the people that hire me will be more in tune with music and what's going on in Spotify, and just be like, okay, we want this, or talking about BPMs and genres and specific songs, and yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'll go from doing a party for a movie premiere where they want it very much catered to that premiere and music from these years and this type of thing, and to then a nightclub where they want only the newest hip hop, to then another nightclub where they want me to do what I think is dope and all around open format, and then a place that's more dance music and not that much hip hop. And I'm just constantly searching and trying to keep organized as I can, and just
like, even talking about that, how do you prepare for a night? Do you spend is it like an hour worth of prep, or is it like 5 hours of prep, or do you spend is it like
I mean, the more the better. I feel like I can do it for an infinite amount of time at this point, because I'll go, okay, I'm going to download from the record pools, I'm going to see what I have, I'm going to make my own edits, I'm going to organize, like, I'm going to take my standard crates that I have, like the ones that I just constantly update those, but then I'm also going to make a crate for tonight, Borgata, April 2018, or whatever it is. This is stuff I want to include in tonight, but then I don't want to get too caught up in there because it's very limiting. So I just kind of will take as much time as I can without going too crazy, and then just get together music for the specific night as well as the more general crate. So if I want to go, okay, I'm going to go into hip hop set, or go into this, I can, or just dope stuff from this year or the past couple years, I have those.
You're gonna have yours like
in crates,
like Spider, like icon sets, or
I guess,
whatever,
yeah.
right?
I mean, I still have not perfected the organization process in Serato. I feel like I could do so much better, and it would help my DJ sets. And I wouldn't have to stare at the screen sometimes, or search, or think as much. But yeah,
do you have like a favorite type of party, or is it kind of like you're down for wherever you are at the time?
I'm down for wherever I am. I mean, honestly, I have a really good time anywhere I do it. I love like an open-minded, eclectic party where like anything like soulful is accepted, and you can play all kinds of genres, and everyone's just there to have fun and be open-minded. I mean, that's what I love. But yeah, I mean, I've done things like that where I play all Motown set, or I play hip hop, or I play rock, or just everything all together, from reggae, rock, hip hop, anything I want, old school stuff, new indie dance, alternative. So if I could do something like that, that's the best.
Yeah.
And I'm a hip hop head. I like play all this music from a hip hop DJ standpoint. So like, no matter what I'm playing, I'm still going to be scratching and doing doubles and having fun from a hip hop DJ standpoint, even if I'm playing other stuff.
Who would you say are like some of your biggest like inspirations, or kind of people that you have admired like over your path of being a DJ?
Well, like I said, I mean, I had been sort of a different type of DJ through my life, and there's been different inspirations, but I mean, everyone from DJ Cuber, Shortcut, Mixmaster Mike, D-Styles, Invisible, Scratch Pickles, like that kind of world of just scratching and all very technical, to, and the Executioners, Rob Swift, all those people, Rock Rada, to then there was this guy R.A.W. when I was growing up in the scene, in the hip hop, in the drum and bass kind of rave scene. He would mix hip hop into it. And, I mean, he was really inspirational to me. And this guy DJ Hype. I just remember I looked up to them. Z-Trip, massive inspiration to me. DJ AM, probably one of the biggest inspirations and life-changing people and DJ styles I have seen and sort of incorporated into my life. And Mark Ronson. I mean, there's a lot. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but
respect to all the DJs that have influenced
so many. And then even to this day, I mean, I love seeing people, even just Four Color Zach and DJ Craze, and listening to their 2 Cents podcast and just like laughing and going, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" Like DJ Spin Bad. I mean, there's so many. Yeah.
So over the years, there's been a lot of like twists and turns. Has there ever been like one defining event or moment that you could say, or you could tie back to saying, this moment in time changed my life, and here's how?
I think I've had a lot of them, and I think it's been a lot of like weird cosmic things where things come together either at the right time and place, or I don't know, it's just all like just weird things that are happening at the exact same time that stack up to create this amazing life-changing situation. But I think that if I had to pick one just off the top of my head, was I entered this contest called Next on the Decks through BPM magazine, and you just enter a mixtape, and if you win, Mark Ronson picks you, and you go on tour with him all over the United States, and you get to open for him at Winter Music Conference, which I had never been to at the time, and at this place Mansion, which was so huge.
Yeah.
So I ended up winning that, which that changed a lot, but and a lot of stuff changed with that going on that tour. But when we went to Miami and went to Winter Music Conference, and I had to open for Mark, the night was called Next on the Decks, Mark Ronson versus DJ AM. Wow. And it was like both of them doing a set at Mansion, which was the craziest club during Winter Music Conference. I mean, everyone was there. It was massive. Also, along with Mr. Mauricio and DJ Irie, who are like Miami legends and just DJ legends. Yeah, so dope. So I had to open. I mean, I was so nervous, shitting in my pants, and but I had practiced so much, and I'd made so many edits, and I had so many things that I thought were dope that I wanted to bring to the world. And it was very much about I made all this, I want to share it with all these people. Hopefully they all like it. I mean, I got picked for this mixtape, so I'm hoping all these people like it. Yeah. So I did that, and then got to watch them. I mean, that night alone was life-changing just from watching, because seeing Mark Ronson play a set and then seeing AM play a set and how drastically different they were, but how they were so amazing. Yeah. And everybody was there. I mean, it was like Timbaland and Pharrell, and Fat Joe, so many people, all kinds of people, Cascade, and I remember seeing Mark Ronson sees Timbaland and Pharrell, and this shows what a good DJ is. He went into an impromptu Timbaland versus Pharrell set and was we'll do a Timbaland thing, and Timbaland's whole crowd would be going crazy, and then Pharrell, Neptune's kind of went, go, and it was so dope, and just the energy was so amazing, kept building and building, and I mean, it was just, so cool. And then seeing Mr. Mauricio play to this, Rick Ross was new and play all this stuff, and the crowd so into it, and playing songs that were regional that I didn't know about, so that was pretty amazing to me. And then that night has sort of transcended through my career, as sort of been a running line through it, because I'll meet people and they're I saw you that night, or this, and it's led to so many things, I even met Cascade, I was at Lollapalooza one night, and we were talking, and they're oh, you want to meet him? And I'm yeah, I talked to him, I'm I don't know if he remembers me, and then he's yo, Spider, I was at Mansion that night, and I was yeah, right, he's just making this up. He's I saw you opened for them, you were doing these mashups, and I'm that's so crazy that he was there and he knew, and so many things have come out of that. So I think I could use that as a very, it stands out of my mind, very life-changing sort of gig and moment.
I love the story. I feel the story is the whys and kind of how, right? That connects with a lot of people that are coming up in it. So
and so much had happened up until that point. Like I said, I've been DJing for 10 years. I had gone through so much to that point, and that was 10 years ago. So now the past 10 years have been so much, so it's since then you've been on tour, you've traveled the world, you've been in front of a lot of people, you've played intimate spaces, huge spaces, and everything in between. Do you have
I guess, like advice for someone that, you know, as you get older, you start a family and things happen, life happens. Like, any tips on like achieving balance or like anything that could help someone as aspiring to
I'm still learning. I don't know, but I mean, what I do is I disconnect. I mean, I spend time with my family, and I make myself do it. Yes, I want to be on grind mode, and I want to be on, you know, gotta keep grinding and making money and making bigger things and do it for my family. But spending time with your family is why you're here for me, and that helps really ground me and just forcing myself to take vacations or whatever it is, you know, like. But then also doing all my stuff, going out at night, like not being like, oh, I'm a dad, I'm washed up, I can't do anything. Like, I love DJing and music and all this stuff, so I still go out. I still want to be part of the culture and see what's happening. I'm still constantly up on all the newest music and making remixes and making edits and, you know, put a lot of time into my DJ world and put a lot of time into my family life and friends, you know, and just go have lunch and just, you know, make sure you have your life and just like don't get too caught up with like all that stuff or thinking you have to be what the whole world says. You can be whatever you want. You know?
And kind of like taking from that conversation or that point, how much has social media become a part of like your life now in this business, right? Because
lots.
Like, do you spend a lot of time doing social media stuff every day?
Yes, I don't think I do enough. I could do better. I see where I am, but yeah, I mean, I think luckily I like it. I like certain apps and certain parts of it. Like, I don't love doing Facebook or other things, but I've always liked Instagram and some stuff. So yeah, I do it. You know, sometimes I'll force myself, and sometimes I'll just do it naturally because it's fun. But definitely it's part of everything, and I need to even concentrate on it more, you know.
Let me switch directions. What's like a great piece of advice you've ever been given, or that you could give someone that is aspiring to kind of come up in the business or kind of reach for the stars? Is there anything that you could share with the DMS community to help pay it forward, so to speak?
There's a lot, but I think it's just make sure you love what you're doing and keep doing it. You know, the practice is what's going to lead you to more and more things. Nothing's going to happen right away, and don't compare yourself to anyone else, because it's good to look at other people and be inspired by it and utilize it for motivation, but if you compare yourself constantly, it's just going to mess up your mind, and everybody has their own path of when things happen, the timing on it, and what they do and when. And so if you're so caught up on that, you're not going to do good. But if you actually love it and put time into it and keep going, even the times when you feel, oh my God, it's not working out, I'm pessimistic, you could be right there. You know, you could be right there up close to breaking through the wall and getting to the place you've always wanted to be. So just, you know, if you love it and you know in your heart this is your thing, go with it and do it, and try not to worry about other people, you know, just like have fun.
Well, I know we're almost out of time here, and I want to get to our minute with, and I know you got to get on the set a little bit, and I just want to appreciate your time. Spending some time with us. And
thank you.
A little bit of your story. You know, so many people in the DMS community have followed your path over the years, and continue to follow your path as you kind of crush it, and it's awesome to be able to spend some time with you.
Thank you. And mad props to DMS and you and everybody. Kevin Scott, War and Peace. You guys are the best.
So on behalf of Team DMS, we want to thank you for checking out the formula. Be sure to check out A Minute with DJ Spider as well, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel below.